Hello world, it's Taskmaster World and welcome back to a brand new episode of Taskmaster World. Now as you can see, I'm trying out the mic again. You can't see it on here because it's perfectly blended, perfect, but you can see that you can tell by the audio I'm trying to improve. So, as I just went way into the middle, today we're talking about some interesting news. Now this is news that concerns the UK, but I've got a feeling that if popular, or if the concept works, we could see this going internationally. Now, on the same week that we had Series 17, Episode 9 of Taskmaster UK air, and Series 2, Episode 1 of Taskmaster Australia, so the cast of Series 3, who are now the cast of Series 2, aired over in Australia on the same day as Series 17 Episode 9 of the UK version. We got some Taskmaster news via the British Comedy Guide website. It says, and I'll read the article and then I'll give my opinions after. It says, Taskmaster to go behind the scenes with new specials, yes. Now the name of this programme is Taskmasterclass. Now, I'll tell my opinion quickly. If we were going to call if Taskmasterclass was going to be a success, and other versions were going to use it, New Zealand, Australia and Portugal are the only versions that could call it Taskmasterclass Portugal, Taskmasterclass New Zealand, Taskmasterclass Australia, because their versions are called Taskmaster as in the name of the country. So, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Quebec, right? I know, obviously there's other versions, but they're the main, well, and Croatia, I do apologise, would have to call it something completely different. I mean, I wouldn't know what they would call it. Stormmaster, if I pronounce that correctly, then that then could be called Stormmaster Class. Who knows? Sorry that the light has died. I didn't expect that, but it might turn back on halfway through this video, so I do apologise. It says, Taskmasterclass will be a series of Taskmaster specials, looking back at previous challenges with former contestants, so previous tasks with former contestants if we're in a Taskmaster world, not in a general basis. The first episode will air on Channel 4 on Thursday the 6th of June. That is on the Thursday, and on the 7th of June is Friday, and my birthday is the 8th of June, which is that Saturday. So on my birthday I'll have Doctor Who, and on the day before my birthday I'll have Alex Horne hosting the UK version of Have I Got News For You. There is a US version in the works, and I'll also have Taskmasterclass on the Thursday. How exciting! Yes, very exciting. I was trying to emphasise the word exciting. The first episode will air on the 6th of June. A week after Series 17 has concluded, Greg Davies and Alex Horne narrate the hour-long episode. Channel 4 to air a series of Taskmaster specials, with Alex Horne and Greg Davies lift the lid on the best, worst and sometimes middling tasks. Ooh, from the hit show Taskmaster. I don't think, if you're reading this far down the article, we needed to know that it was the hit show Taskmaster. We already knew that what it was. We already knew that it was a hit. Theoretically, if Channel 4 didn't buy Taskmaster and Dave was still airing it, then eventually, due to what UK TV are currently doing, we could have seen Taskmaster appear on the BBC iPlayer. That would have been interesting. I might do a video of that what if type scenario. And it will feature interviews with former contestants about their time on the programme. Greg and Alex will narrate the hour-long episode. In the first episode, the host will discuss whether there is any point to the seemingly pointless tasks on Taskmaster. Looking at the process, at the tasks, feature contestants including Guz Khan, Ed Gamble, who now does the Taskmaster podcast, Joe Brand, Paul Chowdhury, and Morgana Robinson. So, out of all of them, I think Guz Khan and Morgana are the most recent of the contestants in this first episode. Taskmasterclass is the latest project linked to the format to be revealed. The show's VR game launched on 13th June, and Julie Taskmaster, a series featuring 9 to 11-year-olds contestants, with Rosa Matafeo and the Taskmaster and Mike Wozniak as the Taskmaster's assistant, is set to air on TV later this year. As revealed on Monday, Alex Horne is also set to guest star host Have I Got News For You Friday the 7th of June. He said of the news, although I suspect it's an admin error and they actually want me to pass the request on to my boss, I'm very excited to be hosting an episode of Have I Got News For You. I'm rarely seen in charge, whether at work, or at home, or by myself, so I'm hoping to undiscover that he's amazing at the job. Now, the bit I missed here was Taskmaster itself will continue on Channel 4 until at least 2026. Series 18 has been filmed, and with the contestants set to be revealed as Series 17 concludes next Thursday. And let's now talk about my opinion time. So my opinion of this is that the concept, the idea, and the premise is a good premise. I'm trying to shove myself to the middle now. It's a good premise, and I think will work. I say will, I hope. Now, the Taskmaster fans of the UK version, that is, are not annoyed, are not freaked out, but are pleasantly surprised and happy that this is happening. We've got positive feedback on it, is what I'm trying to get at. Now, how will this affect and impact the world? Well, it'll impact the world in multiple of different ways. So, every time, and I am going to do a video on this, every time the UK version experiments with something extra, so it's like the New Year's treats, with the Champions, with Junior Taskmaster, and with this format now, the world, as in all the other countries that still have versions that are currently airing, or are still in production, still an alive format, they take it seriously, and they go, well, that's worked, so we'll adapt that. So, for instance, a broad example is Taskmaster, Taskmaster Denmark, is doing a loser series because they saw that Champions was a success in the UK and that format worked, and they went, right, well, flip it on its head. We'll still do that, but we'll flip it on its head. So I think that Taskmaster class will happen around the world. I just think that the versions that started, they're on higher numbers now, on par with like nearly in the 2-digit mark, on par with Taskmaster UK, will probably eventually go, right, so Alex did that. We've had a conversation with that, because a lot of them talk to Alex to consult in certain aspects. And they'll probably have a conversation with Alex and go, yes, I think that would work. Because I think the Taskmasterclass is... I know that we've got the podcasts that are very much behind the scenes. We have a lot of the fan podcasts like my own. We have this channel. We have all sorts in the fan world. So I think that getting it from a TV aspect is, what would the set look like? I think that the set would be no audience, just them two in their chairs, and with the contestants, former contestants on the other side, because we have Gus Khan, Ed Gamble, Paul Chowdhury, Joe Grant as 4, right? So it's 4 of the contestants. Let me just double check that. And Madonna Robinson. So there's 5 contestants. They could be sat here, right, in their rows, and then the Taskmaster, I mean, without knocking my knee here, could be on this side as the hosts. So we could have no audience, because this would be a audience-less series. Because I don't think a behind-the-scenes discussion... I know that shows like Alan Davis's As Yet Untitled work really well with an audience, and the Tommy Tin show that's available on the RTE player works really well with an audience. But I think that this, because the way it is, could have a new dimension to the way they film it, to the editing style, to the whole approach to it could work without an audience. I've got a feeling because it's airing so soon that they probably use some of the recording time from when they recorded Series 18 to actually make this. So I've got a feeling there might be an audience, but who knows? I think that utilising this in other countries, so the countries where they have the guest contestants, would have to adapt it in a way, because they can't really talk about the task, because the guest contestants don't always do every task, because they're not a regular feature of the show, because it's a new guest each time. So I think it would be a tricky thing to adapt, but it'd be fun to see it attempt to be adapted, because New Zealand has had a lot of series now, and I think that would work, because I think they would have to do a crossover episode between Australia and New Zealand, because it's the same production company and it's practically similar people that work on it on both versions. So I think that having a Taskmaster class series for both at the same time would be a new dimension to this format. So I'm really intrigued to see how Taskmasterclass rates in the rating system, how the fans perceive it, and how it works in a global market for Avalon and Alex Horn, whether or not he can sell this concept of the format to the countries that already have it, to see if we can send it any further. So that is the nuts and bolts of it. I'm intrigued, I'm excited, and it'll open up new possibilities. So that is my thoughts on what is Taskmasterclass. Now on this channel, as we come towards the end of this video, I'm going to keep on to that, because then I keep the set clean. As we come towards the end of this video, I'd like to tell you what's going to happen to the channel in the next few weeks, because I feel like, other than last video, I feel like we're talking a little bit too much about Taskmaster UK. There will be one more video talking about my thoughts on Series 17 and my thoughts on the Series 18 cast lineup, but I have got videos where I'm going to be talking about not just one version at a time. So I'll have a video coming soon talking about the Taskmaster specials, which is how Champions of Champions for one started in the UK and how that format has taken the versions that existed. And we're just going to talk about all the different special editions of Taskmaster from the different countries that exist, and talk about whether or not they failed, whether it was a success, whether or not it will work, whether or not it will translate if they did it in other countries. And we're just going to talk about the effect of these specials on the global format that is Taskmaster. If you have any other suggestions of videos you'd like to see on this channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway guys, let's post the thumbnail just in case we haven't already got the thumbnail posing. Thank you guys for watching, and remember, keep tasking. Bye. I'm gonna go this way.
Hello everyone, please subscribe to Taskmaster World.